Here's a rewritten version of your text with improved flow, clarity, and readability. 6ix9ine is officially broke rapper Tekashi. 6ix9ine is facing serious financial troubles. After the IRS seized and auctioned off multiple luxury cars last year, things have only gotten worse. Federal agents recently confiscated his prized jewelry collection, which included custom chains, rings, necklaces, grills, and even designer bags. Adding to his downfall, his record plaques were also taken and put up for auction. This latest move by the IRS highlights just how deep his financial struggles have become, leaving many to wonder if his once flashy lifestyle has finally caught up with him. The rise of Tekashi 6ix9ine. Daniel Hernandez, professionally known as Tekashi 6ix9ine, is a 27-year-old rapper from Brooklyn, New York. He burst onto the hip-hop scene years ago with his loud persona, aggressive delivery, and non-stop controversy. Known for his rainbow-colored hair and public feuds with major industry names, he built his brand on shock value. His ability to stay in the headlines, whether through wild antics or legal troubles, helped him rack up millions of views and streams. At his peak, he was one of the most talked-about figures in rap, scoring multiple charting records and cementing his place in the industry. However, his rise was just as chaotic as his fall. Now, with the IRS seizing his assets and his past legal troubles catching up to him, it seems like his reckless lifestyle may have finally led to his downfall. The downfall begins. Over the years, 6ix9ine remained at the center of controversy, constantly making headlines for rap beefs, legal issues, and outlandish stunts. Despite the turmoil, he maintained a massive fan base and solidified himself as one of the most polarizing artists of his generation. But in 2018, less than 2 years into his mainstream success, his empire began to crumble. This version keeps the essence of your original text, but makes it clearer and more engaging. Let me know if you want any further refinements. Here's a refined version of your text with better structure, clarity, and flow. Tekashi 6ix9ine's downfall. From fame to financial ruin. In November 2018, Tekashi 6ix9ine, whose real name is Daniel Hernandez, was arrested on racketeering, weapons, and drug charges as part of a sweeping federal indictment against the 9 Gangsta Bloods, the gang he was affiliated with. Facing the possibility of 47 years in prison, he made the shocking decision to cooperate with federal authorities, testifying against his former associates in exchange for a reduced sentence. Hernandez's testimony played a crucial role in bringing down the 9 Gangsta Bloods. His extraordinary cooperation with prosecutors secured him a significantly lighter sentence, but at a steep cost, his reputation. Though he regained his freedom, his career would never be the same. From stardom to scandal. Before his arrest, 6ix9ine was at the peak of his career. His hit single Fefe featuring Nicki Minaj had gone double platinum and peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. However, his success was quickly overshadowed by his legal troubles. His legal team attempted to secure his release on bail, offering $1 million, house arrest, and the surrender of his passport. But the request was denied. Left to face racketeering and drug charges behind bars, he made the controversial decision to testify against members of the 9 Gangsta Bloods. His cooperation drastically reduced his sentence, and he was ultimately sentenced to just 2 years in prison. Due to time served and concerns over COVID-19, he was released in April 2020. A struggle to regain his career. Upon his release, 6ix9ine tried to reclaim his spot in the rap game, fully embracing his rat persona and flaunting his freedom. However, the industry largely turned its back on him. His music struggled to gain the same traction, major artists distanced themselves, and his financial and legal troubles only worsened. Now, in 2025, his downfall seems complete. With the IRS seizing and auctioning off his luxury cars, prized, jewelry, and even his record plaques, it appears that the final chapter of his rise and fall story has been written. This version keeps the dramatic elements intact while improving readability. Let me know if you'd like any further tweaks. Tekashi 6ix9ine's IRS troubles, a downfall unfolding in real time. Tekashi 6ix9ine's financial woes with the IRS have been brewing for over a year, and now the full extent of his troubles is coming to light. It all unraveled on April 17, 2024, when Daniel Hernandez, professionally known as 6ix9ine, found himself in a new legal crisis. But this time, it wasn't rival rappers or street drama. It was the federal government coming after what was left of his fortune. That morning, IRS agents, backed by the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office, arrived at his Lake Worth, Florida home. This wasn't a friendly visit, and 6ix9ine wasn't even home when they pulled up. But that didn't stop the feds from getting what they came for. Armed with a federal warrant, agents scoured the property, seizing multiple luxury vehicles, including a 2019 Lamborghini Urus and a 2017 Bentley Continental GT Speed. Footage obtained by TMZ showed officers escorting the seized cars off the property, making it clear this was no internet stunt. 6ix9ine's financial problems were very real. The IRS wasn't playing around. They were collecting what they were owed, and his prized possessions were the first to go. A federal raid in broad daylight. Eyewitnesses at the scene described the intense moment as IRS agents swarmed 6ix9ine's Florida home. The operation was anything but subtle. Officers were seen speaking with individuals on the property while systematically going through his belongings. It quickly became clear that they weren't leaving empty-handed. Several of 6ix9ine's luxury vehicles were loaded onto tow trucks and hauled away. Photos from the scene confirmed that at least 2 of the rapper's cars had been seized, with one displaying a sticker on the windshield bearing his name, a clear sign that these weren't just random impounds. At the time, there were more questions than answers. No one knew the full extent of the government's claims against him, or whether this was just the beginning of a larger financial investigation. While many assumed it was tax-related, the IRS remained silent, offering no immediate explanation for the seizure. But one thing was clear: this was a bad sign for 6ix9ine. The same rapper who once bragged about making millions was now having his prized possessions stripped away. Legal battles in the Dominican Republic. As IRS agents carried out the raid in Florida, 6ix9ine was nowhere to be found. That's because he was dealing with legal troubles in the Dominican Republic, a place where he had been spending significant time. Sources close to the situation confirmed that the rapper was still in the DR at the time of the raid and had not returned to the U.S. His attorney, Lance Lazaro, remained tight-lipped about the situation, telling TMZ, "We are assessing the situation and will issue a statement at the appropriate time." With 6ix9ine entangled in legal battles overseas, the timing of the IRS's move on his assets raised even more questions. Was this a routine seizure for unpaid taxes, or was there a larger financial investigation underway? The silence from both 6ix9ine and his legal team only fueled speculation about the severity of his financial and legal troubles. IRS Auctions Off. Seized luxury cars. Just a few months after the raid, the IRS officially put 6ix9ine's seized luxury cars up for auction. In July 2024, 2 of his high-end vehicles, a 2019 Lamborghini Urus and a 2017 Bentley Continental GT Speed, were sold to the highest bidder. With his assets being stripped away and his legal troubles mounting, 6ix9ine's downfall seems to be playing out in real time. The once flashy rapper, known for flaunting his wealth, now finds himself in a dire situation with the feds closing in. This version makes the story more engaging while improving readability and structure. Let me know if you'd like any further refinements. Tekashi 6ix9ine's assets auctioned. IRS cashes in on seized luxury items. Tekashi 6ix9ine's financial troubles continue to spiral, and the government isn't wasting any time turning his seized assets into cash. Following the April 2024 raid on his Lake Worth, Florida home, the IRS held a government-run auction, selling off 2 of his prized luxury vehicles. The auction saw his 2019 Lamborghini Urus fetch an impressive $175,000, while his 2017 Bentley Continental GT Speed sold for $85,000, bringing in a total of $260,000. The funds from these sales are being used to pay off 6ix9ine's outstanding IRS debt. Though both cars were registered under his brother Osiris Osad Hernandez, there was never any doubt they belonged to the rapper. Notably, the Bentley, which had 38,183 miles on it, was auctioned off with both front windows shattered, a small detail that added to the intrigue of the sale. Meanwhile, the Lamborghini Urus, which had 49,293 miles, featured a black leather interior with TV screens built into the back of the headrests, remnants of the extravagant lifestyle 6ix9ine once flaunted. While it remains unclear how much he still owes in back taxes, the IRS wasted no time liquidating his assets. And now, it seems they're far from done. IRS auctions off 6ix9ine's jewelry, bags, and record plaques. If selling off his luxury cars wasn't enough, the IRS has taken it a step further. Just yesterday, they announced another auction, this time featuring some of 6ix9ine's most prized possessions, his jewelry, designer bags, and even record plaques. Hosted by Florida-based Market Auctions, the online sale has already begun, making waves on social media, with live bidding scheduled to start on March 5th. Unlike the previous auction, this isn't just about cars. These are personal items that were once symbols of his flashy persona. Among the standout items up for grabs, a gold Cuban link necklace, already attracting bids, currently at $3,400, multicolored enamel grills, fetching nearly $2,000 with 3 bids. The infamous Brewster Shark pendant, listed at $60,000, a water diamond enamel pendant, priced at $36,000, a jigsaw pendant, currently at $23,000. A Stupid World Champion ring, a Cartier watch, 2-star of David pendants, and Hermes bag. Some of these pieces were iconic in 6ix9ine's music videos, once displayed to millions of viewers worldwide. Now they're being sold off to the highest bidder in a government-run auction. A stark contrast to the lavish image he once projected. With his financial troubles mounting, this could be just the beginning of a long and painful downfall for 6ix9ine. As more of his assets go under the hammer, it's becoming increasingly clear that the same rapper who once flaunted his wealth is now watching it slip away piece by piece. This version keeps the intensity and drama of the story while improving readability and organization. Let me know if you want any tweaks. Tekashi 6ix9ine's assets, auctioned off, jewelry, record plaques, and more. The financial downfall of Tekashi 6ix9ine continues as the IRS ramps up efforts to recover his unpaid taxes. Following the government's earlier auction of his luxury vehicles, a new wave of his prized possessions, including jewelry, designer bags, and even record plaques, has now hit the auction block. Hosted by Florida-based Market Auctions, the online event has already gained traction on social media, with live bidding scheduled to begin on March 5th. Unlike before, this auction isn't just about cars. This time, some of the most recognizable pieces from 6ix9ine's flashy persona are up for grabs. A breakdown of the most notable items on auction: gold Cuban link necklace, currently at $3,400, multicolored enamel grills, nearing $2,000 with 3 bids. Brewster Shark pendant, the most expensive item so far, listed at $60,000, water diamond. Enamel pendant, $36,000, jigsaw pendant, $23,000, Cartier watch, $22,000 Rolex watches. Various models ranging from $5,800 to $12,000. Stupid World Champion ring, 3,600 star of David pendants, multiple pieces, Hermes and Louis Vuitton bags, several high-end designer bags, platinum and gold record plaques, including Dummy Boy, Kika, featuring Tory Lanez, and Kike, featuring Fetty Wap and a Boogie Wit Da hoodie. Some of these items were once heavily featured in 6ix9ine's music videos and social media posts, symbolizing the height of his fame and extravagant lifestyle. Now they're being sold off piece by piece, with the highest bidder taking home remnants of his once lavish empire. 6ix9ine responds to the auction. Unsurprisingly, the rapper had something to say about the situation. Taking to Instagram, 6ix9ine provided an explanation for why his possessions are being liquidated. Given his largely Spanish-speaking fan base, he posted the statement in both Spanish and English. In his response, he claimed that a year ago, while he was in the Dominican Republic, Federal agents raided his Florida home due to his failure to report income for 4 years. He admitted it was very not smart of him and suggested that authorities assumed he was hiding out in the DR, when in reality he was simply unable to return to the U.S. Though 6ix9ine attempted to downplay the situation, the facts remain clear. The IRS is cashing in on his assets to settle his outstanding debt, and his once luxurious lifestyle is unraveling for the world to see. With his legal troubles mounting and his financial struggles deepening, it remains to be seen what's next for the controversial rapper. One thing is certain though, his downfall is unfolding in real time and the IRS is making sure he pays the price. This rewrite keeps the energy and detail while improving readability and structure. Let me know if you want any tweaks. Tekashi 6ix9ine's IRS Auction, a lesson in money management and consequences. Tekashi 6ix9ine's financial troubles have reached a new low as the IRS continues to seize and auction off his assets. After previously selling off his custom luxury cars, the government has now put his high-end jewelry, designer bags, and record plaques on the auction block. The rapper has since responded, offering an explanation for his situation. But does it really add up? 6ix9ine's explanation, fact or fiction? According to 6ix9ine, the IRS raid stemmed from his failure to report income for 4 years. He claims that while he was stuck in the Dominican Republic for 8 months, federal agents assumed he had been evading taxes for years. However, the timeline seems confusing. How does being unable to leave the DR for a few months translate into 4 years of alleged tax avoidance? Regardless of the specifics, one fact remains. The government doesn't seize and auction your assets unless you fail to pay what you owe. A costly lesson in money management. The core issue here isn't just the auction, it's financial responsibility. This isn't unique to 6ix9ine. Many entertainers, influencers, and creatives struggle with money management. Earning millions doesn't guarantee financial security if you don't handle your finances properly. Failing to report income for 4 years? That's not just a mistake, it's a financial disaster waiting to happen. Tax evasion is a federal crime, and the IRS is not an agency to mess with. Unlike a bitter ex slashing your tires, the IRS won't just inconvenience you, they will legally dismantle your entire financial existence. Karma or consequence? Some may argue that this is just karma catching up to 6ix9ine. Throughout his career, he has built a reputation for controversy, beefing with nearly everyone in the industry, disrespecting the dead, and stirring up endless negativity. Whether you believe in karma or not, life has a way of humbling those who think they're untouchable. That said, this isn't something to celebrate. Watching someone lose everything, no matter who they are, isn't a victory. It's a lesson. Final thoughts. This situation serves as a wake-up call, especially for entertainers and public figures. No matter how much money you make, financial irresponsibility can take it all away. 6ix9ine, despite his controversies, still has a name and influence, so he may bounce back. But if there's one takeaway from this, it's simple. You can play